Your skating reminds me of his skating too. I feel like you're like a modern
It's
day
a
Blake Dennis.
heavy influence.
Yeah.
Blake's top 3 for me. At an age where you're influential, like, or you know, take on influences. He was him, Abdiel Kohlberg, and Latimer. You know,
that's a nice, diverse.
They were all stylish. They were all
Blake. It was actually Bark
visionary.
at the Moon, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
was Bark at the Moon, yeah. But yes.
Oh, yeah. And they were all humble, which was important to me at that age.
So was
For people I
Latimer.
looked up to.
Yeah.
So you said Latimer, Blake, and who else? I'm sorry.
Abdiel.
And Abdiel.
Kohlberg.
Have you ever met Abdiel?
No.
Oh, we should have made it. Try to get it
Dang.
together.
Yeah.
While you're
You should
here.
have brought him down.
Yeah.
I gotta come back.
There you go. When it's warmer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could actually do some skating.
Yeah.
Not
sure.
freeze bleeding.
Yeah.
We had a good session yesterday, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was
That was
pretty
great. Yeah. Yeah. And Blake had this like this way of skating park lines that like there was a reason every trick connected, and there was like a reason why this trick set up to this one and he landed in this way because it led up to that one, and it was like that made me get interested in the idea of like a 1 minute run, like how creative you could be and how like logical you can be. And it's the same with like lines on the street and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you land,
Maximize the spot.
yeah, like, yeah, just make everything make sense for, you know, for what movement you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, Blake was super sick.
That's a really rad concept. I like that. Like those things like especially in like street when you could figure that out too, just like figure out a way to make it all be when that's not the intention of those particular things, and they're now becoming obstacles and you're making it like this line. That's
Yeah. And you can also on street, it's like, you know, you can get to a spot and it can be like, what have I got? Like, you know, I'm just going to run through my list of things I can do, irrespective of the spot, you know, and then you, I don't know, otherwise you could have the perspective of like forget what I can do on skates, like what's the best thing to be done
for the spot
on this? And then the question is, what is unique about this spot? Like, how can I show it? You know, it's like if there's a little dick at the end of the rail, maybe you mistrial through it and pop off, or you know, you show. I don't know. It's the thing I find really interesting in and like fun in skating is the challenge of revealing what it is I see that excites me about the spot that I found. You know,
I like when
Don Bruce was talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
we've talked about it.
Yeah. Don Bruce was talking about that. He said sometimes the spot is just a trick or one trick, and that's the spot. You know what I mean? Or that's the spot calls for that trick or one and. Yeah.
I like when you go to a spot and it's like that, but it's not particularly your style of skating.
Yeah.
But you kind of force yourself to do that, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that. But you only did that because you ended up in a situation where you're like, this has to be done here.
Right.
I'm here now. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And you do that, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know I could do that. Whether it's a different trick or the way you do a trick or a wall rider you might not be able to do or something like that. And I like that surprising way of, you know, pushing your limits.
Yeah. I'm more inclined to be like, what's like if there's a spot that's asking for a trick and I can't do it, I'm like, oh sweet, so now I can like go and learn something new, you know, and then I'll come back to it and when I'm ready.
Or you take that to another spot.
Or you find something like a version of it at a spot that, you know, works.
Straight up train for a spot, like I gotta get ready to do this on this spot.
It's like I'm gonna learn bloody Mizus, you know, for this. I did that with negatives. I'm shocking in negatives, but I learned it there was a spot I saw and was like, it was like a ledge with a little thing on the side, and I was like, oh, if you alley negative mark you and drop down.
Oh yeah, I put the clip in the trailer for this episode.
Yeah, that was like,
I need to learn it. At a different spot you learned it.
Yeah, I just went to a square, like an angle iron ledge, and was like, all right,
today's the day. We're gonna learn alley negative mark.
Do you still have an hour or you lost it?
Oh hell no. I mean, you know,
it's on reserve.
Yeah, exactly. If I see a spot for it, then like I'll bring it back.
It's ready. It's ready to be reactivated at any time.
Yeah.
I tried out negative Machio like for 2 minutes one time, and I'm like, this is not happening. I'm done with it. I'm not even gonna bother frustrating myself with that trick.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
It is tricky. It's a tricky trick.
It's a tricky trick. It is.
It's one of those things where like negatives in general. Like either you have it or you don't have it. There's no one who like I could do some negatives. Like either you're really good at them or you can't do anything. Yeah. Innie or an outie?
Yeah, I'm soul.
You're an innie or an outie?
Soul and porn as opposed to Mizzou and acid. You know?
Yes,
yeah, like that. Yeah. Me too. I'm a soul and I don't know.
Porn,
I don't know.
definitely.
Soul. I think it's just soul and Mizzou.
Soul and yeah.
I don't know why you're bringing porn. I don't know why you're bringing porns and acids into this. It's just soul and Mizzou. I think, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a soul guy. Franco's a Mizzou guy. Clearly, you're a soul guy.
Soul guy.
What are you? You're a soul guy.
Soul and top porn. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why you relate it to. I feel like that's not. I feel like
because they're both inward. You know, acid is like turn your knees out, and Mizzou is turn your knees out, and porn and soul is like turn them in.
I would think like acid and soul would be like similar just because your soul's in the back, and then a Mizzou porn star, your soul's in the front, so it's like different in that way.
Yeah. I guess they're all unique. Yeah.
That is like an interesting topic though. The soul and Mizzou.
Well, another one is the term porn.
No,
by the way.
Yeah, like what the heck? Like
porn star? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the term. Like
I saw something. Someone posted something the other day that like it was something along the lines of. I'm not gonna paraphrase. But something along the lines of. Ladies are now calling porn stars superstars, and I agree with this.
Yeah.
I guess like because there's more ladies now, and they don't.
So they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Like Weekend, you know?
Yeah. I guess so.
mean,
so like it said something like we're gonna start calling porn stars superstars, and he's like, I fully agree with that.
You
I
just call them a star.
I guess so.
You know?
I think a star is a pretty straight way to
True star.
Yeah.
True star. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sounds good.
I remember seeing like one of the Nisses back in the day, like they were like on the news and like, hey, so show us what's going on right now, and like someone's skating the vert and it's like, oh, that's like a 540, that's a Liu Kang, that's a porn star, and they're like, what? This is like morning ABC, Good Morning America, and you're like talking about porn stars.
Right.
Does anyone even know why? Like I don't know why.
I think we tried figuring that out.
Who invented that one?
We tried talk. I think we talked about that with like John.
We know Tom Fry did the fish brain. That's Tom Fry.
Yeah. Well, he did the trick. I think I talked to Tom about it.
Did you?
Yeah, and he was like, I think he said he was at Woodward and he did it, and then John was like, they were calling him the fish brain at the time
because he had like a bad memory,
something like that. Yeah, and then yeah, he did it, and then John was like, oh, the fish brain, and he was. I think Tom was just like, fuck, what? Like it's a topside Markio, dude.
Yeah, is that why he had the fish? Is that why he had?
But he did
the goldfish logo.
Yeah. He also came up with. He was first guy to flat spin 3 apparently.
Flat spin 3.
Yeah.
On what? Like
or do the flat spin. Yeah. Yeah, I guess on a or over spine or.
Wow, the first flat spin.
A spine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just shut it thinking about like trying to learn flat spin 3s on a spine.
Yeah, and Mizzou. He coined Mizzou in Japan in like 92.
Did he?
Yeah, because it was like that means water, and that's what he would ask for.
Does it mean
everywhere.
water?
Yeah.
Mizzou. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In which language?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah. It was on a tour in '93. It's documented in Daily Bread issue 2.
Really?
You studied your shit, man.
Wow.
I was like, when I got him, I was like, I'm gonna read all of them.
Course,
and I read the first 10 and was like, oh, I gotta read like.
I like how you can
one
reference
a week.
them. I like how you reference them too. Like that was Daily Bread, issue number 2, page 14.
Well, it's easy when you're talking about the first 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've seen the first 5. I haven't even seen them.
I never like actually read them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nope. Maybe the first 10.
Yeah, it got to the point where I was just looking for the hot shit, the good photos. One thing that was like, at that time, there were photos of, or throughout the history of magazines, there were photos of people just doing a grind on a mini ramp, and it was like so much emphasis was put on the stance because it was like one snapshot of a moment. And I feel like you sit there and you stare at a photo. Well, you can still do it on your, phone, but it just like cultivates the importance of stance and like, I don't like as opposed to video where it could be more about like a switch up or something like that. But there are some phenomenal stances that have happened over the years. I had an old great example, Seth Minor sweat stance.
Oh, man.
I think Brian Jaggers took the photo or something. Seth came to Blading Cup this year.
No,
that was so sick.
God,
which is also see, no way. See, dang.
Yeah,
But also, how hilarious is that? Like, Seth Miner did a sweat stance, and Brian
Brian
Jaggers took a photo.
I think that was it. Yeah.
It's like you could.
I've got it on my Insta.
It's like T.J. Weber did a Soyal in '96 in Oxygens, and John Ortiz shot the photo.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's like, wow.
I'm sure it's common, Yeah.
Brian's like, see, that sweat stance was cool, but do it more like me, and then it'll be better. And Seth's like, I know exactly what you mean. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
man,
sick.
that's sick. So Seth, like
that was so.
You were telling me the roster of people who, damn, is he?
Yeah, he's real sick. Like, I don't know, just
did he have skates? That
yeah, he was skating.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did he do a sweat stance?
Oh, I don't know.
A Mizu?
I don't know.
Sick. Yeah. I'm like, dude, do a Mizu.
Yeah.
Sweat stance is a ballsy trick for like an OG to come back to do.
Yeah. If you got it, you got it.
Yeah, it is one of those things. But still, just like, I haven't skated like 5 years. Let me try sweat stance.
Yeah.
Please, no thank you.
Yeah. They don't call it a sweat stance for no reason.
It should be called a death stance.
Speaking about what they call it, but let's bring... So porn stars should be called stars, but if anyone knows who named it that, this is like a mystery. Yeah.
Maybe it was... remember how Dave said Nick Hartman was like a porn freak last
maybe.
Like Nick Hartman, like you said, porn magazines all over his house,
and like that's when like Blading was like trying like super hard to be provocative.
Yeah,
they were like, we gotta make a name for ourselves. We gotta be provocative.
Yeah,
porn star. I don't know. I'm just making up. What could it be? Yeah, exactly. But let's go with the star thing. I like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
A couple of people in the chat agree with that. They were digging star.
It'll be what it is.
Yeah.
True star, top star. It could catch.
Topside star, yeah.
Top star.
There's a. You guys had Ryan Jacqueline on. There's a. I took a Fakey 720 from him. Or
let me
got style points from him.
Let me run that.
Do you have it?
Yeah. I think I read something.
All right, so talk about it first before I play the clip.
I think he called it the Houston double, maybe.
Ryan called it that.
Yeah, it's just like a.
Ryan Jacqueline called it. Okay.
Yeah, and then
the Houston double. That's
and it's just like the Fakey 7 rocket, but you kind of have to just get
whip
to
it, right?
You kind of have to get to the rocket at some point, and then you got to keep going. So
it's kind of like two tricks in one, because it's like a Fakey 3 rocket, and then it's just like another Fakey 3 that's
revert 3
fast as shit. So here.
Whoa. That's sick.
Hey.
That's exactly how Jack Lone did.
Shout out Wriggler, happy 40th.
It's fucking, there you go. Yeah.
Because I said
his
it too,
influence lives on.
Boom.
Damn, that's so sick.